We're here at the Wendelstedt Umpire School in Ormond Beach, Florida. For those who don't know, what is the Wendelstedt Umpire School?
Well, the Wendelstedt Umpire School is a program that's been around since the mid-1930s, and our goal is to train umpires from all around this great country and around the world of all different aspirations, whether they want to come down to umpire school, learn the skills to try and progress through the minor leagues and make it to the major leagues, or just want to come down and use it as a fantasy camp to go back and be the best umpire in their little league or high school or college association.
Definitely. And for those who don't know you, what have your umpire experiences been?
My umpire experiences, 1991, I went through school. I started my career in the minor leagues in 1992, worked my way up through the minor leagues, made it to, well, at the time I was hired by the National League, and then everything went under MLB. So I've been number 21 in MLB since the year 2000, and I was with the National League in 1999. And before me, my father worked for the National League for 33 years.
Wow, that's incredible. Yeah, a long tradition of umpiring within your family, and that kind of extends to this camp. What is the tradition of the Wendelstedt Umpire School?
The tradition is, besides just learning about umpiring, which everyone thinks they can do a better job than the umpires they see. But as you've been walking around and noticing, there's just much more than ball, strike, safe,
right.
out. It's about putting your mask on properly and things like that. So from day one down here at umpire school, it's basically we assume you know nothing about baseball. Here's a baseball, here's a bat. These are the things that are legal with the ball and bat, the size, the measurements, the weight. And if we go from step one all the way to the end, we'll create those crazy plays everybody wants to talk about when we get to the last week.
Definitely, yeah. So it's kind of building from the absolute basics and kind of building up an umpire from the start.
And besides just an umpire, the other thing is you come down here for almost 5 weeks, and what
right.
you do is you make lifelong friends. And we feel that a lot of lessons you learn down here are just not about umpiring; they're about life.
Definitely, yeah. And a lot, some of these umpires are going to go on to umpire in professional baseball, but many are not. What can they take from their experience at the Wendelstedt Umpire School into their everyday life?
Right, exactly. Like the numbers here, they're stacked against you to begin with. But that's the one thing. You can't hide a good umpire and you can't hide a bad umpire. So even if you're not at the top of the class and don't start a career or go into the college ranks, what you can take out of umpire school is this. Every umpire has to be honest with themselves. When you make a call, if there's a reason that you might not have seen it correctly, you need to be honest with yourself why. Don't make an excuse. Be honest with yourself and correct the problem.
Definitely, and that's something that everyone can take. And so where will these umpires go? Into both professional baseball, college baseball, high school baseball.
Correct. So what a lot we'll have some that go into the professional ranks. They will start at the bottom and have to work their way through to try and achieve a major league career. We'll have others that'll go around. We have contacts with a lot of different college assigners. They will go into a lower division of college and work, and as their skills progress, then they'll have the chance to go to the other camps and try out for the SEC, the ACC, things like that. A lot of them will go back and they'll work American Legion, they'll work the perfect game, they'll work Little League, and they'll just leave here with a really good education.
Definitely. And who are some of the notable graduates of the Wendelstedt Umpire School who are now umpiring in the MLB?
Oh, so those that are umpiring in MLB, we just had a bunch of guys hired. Junior Valentine, Malachi Moore, Eric Bacchus. We've had greats like Randy Marsh.
Definitely.
Joe West, who is going to be coming down here. He is an honorary graduate, and we love Joe, who's headed to the Hall of Fame.
So, it's incredible.
And besides the graduates that have gone on to be great major league umpires, we've had people come down here from all walks of life, from professional boxers. Steve Hawley, one of the NASA astronauts, who put up the Hubble telescope. He came down here. He was the only person, by the way, that got 100% on the test.
Really?
Because he had a photographic memory.
Oh, wow.
Because when he would be up in space, he had to have all the manuals memorized in case there was a problem. So he was the only one that got 100 on the test. But we've had people, because believe it or not, umpiring is just something that it gets in your blood and you love it.
Definitely.
And you have a love of the game. And that goes back to being honest with yourself. I thought I was going to be a major league ball player. But guess what? I couldn't hit the curveball. So that being said, I wanted to stay in the game I love in a different way, and umpiring just worked out for me.
Definitely. And you kind of touched on this, that I think baseball umpires and referees, but baseball umpires especially, people are interested in it. They're interested in what's going on at the Wendelstedt Umpire School and throughout the country. And throughout your umpire experiences, what have been some of the like out of baseball experiences that you've had because you MLB umpire?
Oh, well, some of the greatest things, I've got to meet different actors and actresses and things that would not have been available. I made really good friends with a lot of, rock and roll stars. And then a guy this is one of the craziest, because I'm sure you're looking for something crazy. Jerry Springer, and then his former bodyguard, Steve Wilkos, that has the Steve Wilkos show now. There are a couple buddies of mine that I had a lot of fun with them going and seeing their tapings. But it's neat to go to Dodger Stadium and meet all kinds of movie stars. And when I walk out there to work a game and you get to see those people, it's exciting.
Right. No, yeah, that's incredible. And yeah, I think we're experiencing like a nationwide umpire shortage where throughout the country.
Yes, we are.
So many games are being canceled. What can we do to help combat that shortage?
There's a couple things that need to be done, in my opinion. I think that the more people that would learn about umpiring, and what we're trying to do is offer not only to anyone that would want to come and spend time at the school, we're trying to get our online profile bigger, where people can understand the rules better, because we're having a lot of issues with parents, and you see online a lot with attacks on umpires and things like that, and that can't happen. And right here we're in the city of Armand Beach, but they did a long time ago and they got away from it, but it worked. Any parent of someone playing baseball or softball, they had to actually go out and umpire 2 games.
Oh, wow.
Not their children's games, but 2 other games. And you know what that did? That eliminated all yelling, screaming, because it's not an easy thing to do.
Definitely.
And what more people need to understand is a lot of umpires donate their time.
Right.
Not all of them, but during the Little League World Series, when you watch it on TV, those umpires are selected. They don't get paid.
Right.
They're doing that out of the goodness of their heart and love of the game.
Definitely. Yeah, and I think that's something I've completely experienced, that once you put yourself kind of in their shoes, even if it's just for, a game or two, you gain a new appreciation of what it's really like.
Exactly. Right. When you think you know how to do something and it's great. I've been lucky enough to meet 4 different presidents, and it didn't matter if they were Republican or Democrat. They were all wonderful people. And on many nights I'd be like, God, these guys are doing a terrible job. But then we get to talk to them and hear stories and understand from a different perspective. That's why they're doing their job, and that's why I'm umpiring.
Right, definitely. And what are some of your favorite memories from your MLB career?
Oh, well, obviously, your first game's a big memory. First All-Star game was a big memory. First World Series game. One of my favorites was working with my dad. I got to work with my father for 18 games.
Wow.
And then the craziest, as far as like a play or something on the field, was when Bartola Colon did his first home run.
That's amazing.
I was a home plate umpire, and out of everything else, I've been involved in brawls. I've been involved in a lot of crazy things that have happened. But seeing Bartola hit that home run, that was just a once in a lifetime, and I love seeing that replay over and over again.
That's incredible. As it left the bat, what was going through your head? What was that like?
Well, James Shields, I love him because he was one of the starting pitchers in my World Series plate job, and then he has a tendency, he throws a lot of strikes and he challenges them, and he threw a pitch that no one thought Bartola could get, and Bartola got it. And I think the look on James's face was crazy, just like, I just can't believe that just happened. And that was everybody in the ballpark could not believe that had just happened.
That's incredible. And as a longtime MLB umpire, what advice would you give to umpires who are just starting in their professional careers, who are just starting, here at the Wendelstedt Umpire School?
You got to love it. You got to always practice your craft. You have to get your head in the rule book for a little bit every day, and then you have to realize you get a lot of guys. Times are going good sometimes, and it has to do with all of baseball.
Right.
Players go on streaks and they go on slumps. Umpires have the same type thing.
Definitely.
Like when you're up on top and you make a great call, don't let your guard down, because if you don't pay attention or you're not focusing, you could blow one right in front of everybody. Definitely. And you're only as good as the last play, pitch, or call you make.
For sure. And if there were 3 things that you'd hope that umpires take from the Wendelstedt Umpire School, what would those be?
I hope they wouldn't take it. I hope they already had the love of the game, and now they love the game even more. The other lesson was I hope they would learn to be honest with themselves, and then at the end of the day, baseball is just the best sport in the world, and we get to be a part of the greatest game, and we are the the ambassadors and the eyes and ears of whatever league you're representing. You're the eyes and ears, and always be honest with yourself and them.
Absolutely. And the Wendelstedt Umpire School, they don't, you guys don't just draw from 50 states, you draw from all over the world. And we had a really special moment yesterday with Femi, who's the first umpire from Africa to ever attend a professional umpire school. What does that mean to you that the Wendelstedt Umpire School is so nationally recognized that people from all from countries all over the world are coming here.
That's been the most amazing thing for me, is because when I first started instructing down here in 1992, we had a bunch of students come from Japan.
Wow.
And I got to meet them. And then we fast forwarded, I actually went over and did an opening series in Japan, and we had all gotten a lot older, but they were friends for life when
Wow.
they came here. I still communicate with some folks from Australia. We've been blessed to have people from the Dominican Republic, and it's just been a wonderful thing. And it seems like the world's getting smaller,
Right.
and the more people you meet from around the country, there's so many great people out there, and it's a small world, and we're hopefully getting to meet a lot of new people and get them involved in umpiring.
Definitely.
That's going to be an amazing story, and we're at day one, but I have high hopes for them.
Yeah, it's so exciting and just so incredible to see. And thank you so much for having me out.
Thanks for
It's
coming
been
down,
a
and
pleasure.
anytime we can get the good word out about umpiring and any other questions you ever have, please let me know.
Definitely. Thank you so much.
Thank you.